it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I'm looking at brushos again, but I'm also using some paper that is currently on the clearance rack. It was in last year's annual, and it's called the Irresistibly Floral Specialty Designer Series paper. And the reason it's specialty is because it's got this resist already on it. So if you are thinking about getting the brushos when they come out in the spring summer catalogue, the Irresistibly Floral is quite a good thing to start to play with, because a lot of the work's been done for you. So here are some of the ones that I've already done. I'm going to do another one today, just to show you how that works. The Designer Series, the Specialty Designer Series paper is currently only £4.70. So it's a brilliant way to have a play. It's on the clearance rack, so it's going to go fast. So if you want it, you need to not hang about. Just saying. And do you know what? I keep forgetting to say this, so I'm going to say it. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I work just within the UK at the moment. I'm maybe going into Europe, but at the moment just in the UK. And sometimes I think I forget to say that I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So these are the ones that I've made or tried already. We're going to make a card with this one in a moment, but let me show you how it's done. So to start with, I need some water, and of course I've run out. I checked my bottles, and stupidly I checked the one I have alcohol in, not the one I have water in, but they're very easy to fill up. You literally just unscrew them, and I just keep a little bottle of water in my craft room so that I can just fill up this or my aqua markers really quickly. So, and then you just screw it back on and it's good to go. And then it's just got a little cap to keep it all nice. So, but you can lie it down. I wouldn't necessarily store it lying down, but you can lie it down for a short period of time. So this I'm going to, because this one is bubbles, and I don't know if you can see, the lighting's not great. It's just gone 10 o'clock in the morning, so, you know, why would there be nice light? I think you just about see that there are circles all over that. So I'm thinking C, so I'm going to bring out the Prussian blue and the moss green and do a kind of sea scene. So I'm going to start by wetting my paper. Don't go mad on this paper. It's good. It's a nice thick paper, but I wouldn't go absolutely mad. It's not watercolour paper. And then, now what I have learned is if you just go whoosh with your little thing, it comes out in a lump. But if you do it gently, it comes out more gently. And there we go. I could watch this. It's almost taking over from embossing powder for me. Almost, almost. So I want, Prussian blue is a fairly what I would call flat colour. And as you can see, if you haven't seen my brusho videos already, I just made a hole in the top with a push pin, and I'm keeping the push pins in. So Prussian blue is kind of a flat colour. Moss green has lots of colours in it. So again, I'm going to just gently, so there we go, you can see green coming out. There's some purple in there. And I'm just doing a little bit. Moss green is possibly my favourite colour. Right. Let's pop that back in and bring back my spritz bottle. You can just about see here there's some purple. And this is where you get different effects depending on whether you put the brushos on wet paper or dry paper, and then whether you spritz or don't. So let me see if I can zoom in because I don't want to disturb it. Here we go. And now it just needs to focus. Come on, focus. And focus. Come on, you can do it. Well done, camera. So down here you can see there's some purple and sort of yellow, but where I've got the blue, it's pretty much just blue. So if I zoom out again, there we go. Right, so this you can either just leave to dry as it is, or if there are some areas that you've got too much water for your liking, you can come in and just with a piece of kitchen towel just soak up where you want a little less colour. So I don't want this to be too dark, but the more you dab, the paler the colour will get. So let me see, this area here, if I dab, it gets quite significantly paler, because you're taking the colour out. So, which is fine. I don't want it too dark, but equally I don't want it too light. So let's dab all over it for the moment. And you do need to be careful. So my piece of paper is got quite a lot of yellow on it, and you'll find out why later in the week, because I'm doing another video with glimmer paper. Just saying, glimmer paper and brushes, lovely. I'll give you a sneak peek of that in a minute. So if I put some more water on, it will reactivate. You can see that some of the crystals didn't activate fully initially, and then come back in and lift off again. Right, so I'm going to leave that for the moment. So I'll just dry off my mat. Although I'm just going to pop the whole thing on my nice underfloor heated floor, which is great for this. There's still quite a lot of water on there. So there's a new suite coming out, which if you watch coming up, my paper share video, which will be coming up, I think I'm putting it up on Boxing Day, so the 26th of December. You'll see that there's a Myths and Magic stamp set which has got mermaids in, which this would be great for. Anyway, so let's get rid of that. So that's the technique that I used for the Irresistibly Floral paper, and I'm now going to make a card with one of the pieces that I have prepared. So let me bring in what I need. So this is the piece that I did, and as you can see, it's beautifully resisted for the florals. It's quite pale in places, so here you can't, there's not colour in all of the petals, but it was my first play. So I'm going to put together a quick card. Ooh, I've still got water. Kitchen roll. I had a roll of kitchen roll. Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is. Can't see it for looking. It's not where it's meant to be, which actually is probably normal in my craft room, which needs a mammoth clear out. It's becoming really ridiculous even for me. So guess what I'm going to be doing over the holidays? Right, so I used pretty much every colour on this, and I'm picking out the blue and the red. Now this is the Brilliant Red and the Prussian Blue. The way that they have finished, and it will be different every time, I'm looking at Dapper Denim and Rose Red. So those are the colours that I have picked out. Oops. And I am using from the new Celebration catalogue one of the level 2, yay, level 2 sets, which is this die set. Now this is going to be ultimately will be in the annual catalogue for 2018-2019, and it's got Celebrate, You, and Amazing. I think that's Amazing. Yes, Amazing. Die cuts. So absolutely stunning. If you want it, you can get it for free with a £90 order come the 3rd of January. Yeah. So I've already die cut using the glimmer paper and Brushos, and I'll show you this technique When do I show you this? Oh, on Wednesday. This is part of the Inspire Create video that I've put together. So on Wednesday, you will see how I made this. But I've cut it with the Celebrate, and I've also cut 3 more Celebrates out of Dapper Denim. And I will just show you what I've done. So I've got... just thinking this through. Yeah. So I've got a piece of the Sizzix adhesive sheet. And I'm going to just peel that off and pop it on my Dapper Denim piece. Ooh. And actually, I want another piece. So this is the fuller sheet. Let me find my bigger scissors because they're actually slightly non-stick. Because I want this to be encapsulated in adhesive. So let's just drop down there and across there. I want it just to be slightly smaller. So yes, I'm encapsulating this because this is going to be the back of my little pile of sorry, my brain's really not working this morning. I should be making mince pies, but you know, the call of the craft room. The reason I was not thinking is because I've got this little piece that needs to come off as well. Ooh, and that's not what I wanted it to do. Let's just detach that bit. There we go. Or not, apparently. Let's just leave that attached to my finger. There we go. Let's get those off my finger. Oh, and attach to 2 other fingers instead. That's better. And just rub that. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to take my Celebrate die and cut that, and it will become apparent why I want it sticky on both sides. So I'm just whizzing that through the Big Shot. The famous last words, the word whiz. Ooh, marvellous. Did actually cut first time, even though I've got lots of layers. So let's take that off, get rid of that, and then I just need my pokey tool, which was here just now. There we are. Let's get rid of some of the rubbish. So just pop out the bits that are the insides of things. So there's one there, and one, oh yeah, there, and there. Think. Yep. Okay. So, brain dangerous. If I had one, I would be. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom of my pile of Celebrates. So I'm going to peel off the top layer of the adhesive sheet. So I just need to get in there and get one end off. And then that will all peel off nicely. And then you could use your liquid adhesive, so either Tombow or the fine tip glue, either. But for the sake of speed, I thought I would use this, because I do like the adhesive sheets. So that's that. Then we need to do the same with the Celebrate, because this also has the adhesive sheet on it. So basically we're making a nice thick sticker. And I really don't mind that the denim is showing through. In fact, that's part of what I'm looking for, because I want it to help give a bit more contrast. So let's pop all this together. I should have 2 bits of ribbon. I do have 2 bits of ribbon, and this is the Grosgrain, the Dapper Denim Grosgrain ribbon. That's in the annual catalogue. So, card base, this is A4 cut in half to make A5 scored down the middle to make a standard A6 card base. Measurements, as ever, will be over on my blog, which the associated post is linked below. But this is my standard base card, which is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, 14 1/4 by 9 3/4 centimetres. So let's pop that on our card base. And I am very much getting into the habit of putting my fast fuse down and then popping my mat on top, because it does give you a bit of a chance to get it straight, which in my world is not a bad thing. Now, to get this is very wiggly, technical term, so that I need to make sure I put a lot of fast fuse down for. So again, I'm putting it on my mat. I've cut my piece of Irresistibly Floral paper to my usual second layer, which is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, or 14 by 9 1/2 centimetres. You'd think I was reading that off a piece of paper, and you'd be right, because although it's my usual, doesn't mean I can necessarily remember it, because I have them pre-cut. That's actually, I just want to get that tape back on its runner properly. So what I do is I just make sure that everything's looking about right on 2 sides, and then because this is wibbly, I'm kind of laying it carefully. Oh, and I've done it again. Why do I do this to myself every time? Okay, that's fine. I've got enough of the space. So what I had meant to do is pop this across the middle. So we're going to do it retrospectively. Okay. Yep, that'll work. It'll certainly work that side. Will it work this side? Yes. It's going to be a fiddle, but it will work. There are moments I worry. Okay, right, so I'm just going to pop a bit of fast fuse on both ends of my ribbon. Don't do this at home. At home, put your ribbon down before you stick everything together. It really is painful. Okay, so I'm just, because I didn't put the fast fuse right to the edge of the rose red, I can pop my end in there. So that's the easy one. I'm going to just pop oh, I've already got it, that's all right. So pop that there and then lay it straight across, and with my pokey tool, just, see, you always get warts and all with me. There you are. See, it can be done retrospectively. Right, okay, this I'm just going to tie a knot, because that gives you the look of, oh look, I've managed to tie that 2 pieces of ribbon together on my card really nice and tightly, or not. So trim my ends and take my big sticker, and then this is going to go here. So pokey tool, 19 minutes, it's ridiculous. So while I'm doing this, do remember about my craft box. If you want to order that, which is the whole lot of lovely sweet and extras, then there is a blog post about that, which I will make sure is linked in this post. And watch out for my paper share, which is coming on Boxing Day. So there we go. I think that's lovely. I'm really pleased with that. So if you enjoyed that, give it a thumbs up. Do keep coming back. I've got lots of stuff coming up on Celebration and and the new Spring Summer catalogue. My paper share craft box, as I say, £20, free postage, and you get over £20 worth of product. Can't go wrong. And it's a whole lot of lovely sweet, which is divine and actually goes quite nicely with one of the new designer series papers. Just saying. So there we go. I will see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.